Here's a few seconds of the turning I'm going to complete in this video today. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe for more similar wood turning videos. Please comment on the video and I should respond. If you want to be notified when my next video comes out, then click the bell. I make a video about once a week. Okay, here's my next Brazilian pepper burl bowl. I'm going to cut this off here. I've actually started already. I'm going to cut it off here. That'll be saved for something else. And then this big blob of burl, I'm going to figure out something to do. I might split it in half. Okay, now you can see the results are, I've got this. It's a burl pretty much all the way around. I mean, you can see it's gapped here. The other interesting thing is the bark is disconnected. I don't know exactly what's going to happen there when I turn this. I may leave some on. It's such thick bark. I think if I do it right, it might stay attached even when it's gapped like that. Okay, here is the commitment. I'm going to split it in half. We'll see what happens. Well, that wasn't pretty. Okay, you can see I've cut them in half. There was a rotten spot, and it's not going to be perfectly in half, so I'll figure out what I'm going to do. But my intent is to make at least one of these bark up, which would make it for a live edge. We'll see what I do. Well, I've got it on the lathe. I really screwed up there when it went on the bandsaw. I ended up bending the blade, so I'm going to have to replace the blade on the bandsaw. I was able to get it off, and then I ended up cutting this in half with the chainsaw. It's attached on my woodworm screw on this side, and it's relatively well centered on the burl per se, so some of this might come off. I'm thinking this is going to come, I mean, obviously there's big gaps there, so it's going to come loose, but we'll see. Plus, a lot of that I'm going to remove when I make the bottom of the bowl curve in. This will be gone.
Okay, here's my first coat of finish on my Brazilian pepper burl, relatively shallow bowl. Maybe I'm 3.5 inches tall here, and 8 inches across. About. It turned out really nice. I mean, the burls of the Brazilian pepper are pretty nice. Now I do have some live edge. Here's a little bit of bark. Much of the bark I was hoping to keep. I might have said that early in the video, but most of it came off in the turning. Now you can see there's a nice texture underneath the bark, and so it's pretty nice. I used Danish oil Watco Danish oil finish. This is a 100-year-old can. I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty old. You can see a few places where I had to fill with coffee grounds. So in here, right there and there, they were a little bit holes, and I wanted to seal it up a little bit. But in any case, it turned out pretty nice. I'm happy with it. Okay, here is the continuation of my Brazilian pepper series. That's all from a set of burl logs that turn out pretty nice when you turn them. The area that looks like natural wood is this light colored area. The rest of it is burl here, and so it's much darker. And then there's some coffee ground repairs in there that are really dark. And I tried to keep the bark on, but as it showed in the beginning of the video, you'll see that the bark was barely held on. So in the end, I was able to maintain, 6 inches of it there. This bowl turned out to be about 8 inches in diameter and 3 inches high at the highest spot. It's got a lot of interesting character under the bark, so I don't miss the fact the bark isn't there. And then there is some bark on this side here, you can see, and a few little branches. Turned out to be very nice, and I have more pieces from this same branch.